Welcome to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
Hey, Kara, do you remember the song Who's Zoomin' Who?
Yeah,
I know. Totally in my head as I'm thinking this, because now I'm going to change the words to who's scamming who, right? So what I mean by that is that we just pulled our newest Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop calendar page that we want to share with you guys. And here it is. What makes self-reflection challenging is that you're both the con artist and the one being conned. I love that, right? So that's the who's scamming who. And so I'm going to repeat that because it's a little bit trippy. What makes self-reflection challenging is that you're both the con artist and the one being conned. So what that really means is that when we reflect, like, oh, why did I do that? What was my driver? What was my motivation? What was running through my head? You know, let's look at what's happening here. We realize how much we really scam ourselves, how much we're really a con artist working against ourselves in terms of our thoughts, telling ourselves lies that aren't true at all, how we think about other people, telling ourselves lies about other people, our belief systems, what we're capable of, what we're not capable of. And it's so fascinating because we're playing this game with ourselves for many of us that can be sort of like, I don't even know what it is, what the game is. It's almost like, how do we keep ourselves really from living our full potential?
You know what, Jen, this makes me think what you were just talking. It makes me think of that old story with the wolves, right? And it's this, you have both wolves inside of you, right? And it's kind of like the story of, there's a fight going on, and this kid, I guess, talks to a grandfather or something. I don't remember all the stories, but he talks about this fight going on inside him, between two wolves. One is evil, he's angry, there's envy, there's sorrow, regret, guilt, resentment, all those kind of things. And then the other one is joy and peace and love and kindness and truth and compassion and all those things. And that fight is going on inside the kid, and the kid says to the grandfather, which wolf is going to win? And the grandfather says, the one that you feed the most. So it's interesting because this is that, right? This is both wolves inside you. You're that con artist, and you're that, you're the person that's going to stop you. And you're also the person that's going to propel you.
Yeah, that's such a good one to think about, right? Because, and I also know that you just like to hear me say the word wolf. My Midwestern accent comes out. And
yeah, there's no L when Jen says wolves.
No, there isn't. But hang with me on this. So it is interesting because when you think about it, the bullshit that we tell ourselves, like, who am I to speak up in this meeting? Or who am I to change this world? Or, I'll never be able to figure that out. Or I can't be successful with X, Y, and Z. That right there is where we are conning ourselves. And it's feeding the one wolf that is angry, bitter, frustrated, etc. You're still laughing. And it's so fascinating because we do it to ourselves. And so you got to think about, what are the bullshit stories you tell yourself that is just acting like a con artist would to get over, to suppress, or to have you think differently than what it is that you really want. And what are they actually stealing from you? Is just the life you're capable of having, right, Kara?
Totally. Yeah, this is going to go back to what we've been talking about this month, just with different things with this the calendar things that we're talking about. It's just like, you're the thing that's in your way. You're the only thing. So if you want to be your biggest cheerleader, go right ahead. Or if you want to be the biggest, weight that's holding you back, it's your choice.
Yep. So the big question to ask yourself is, where are you being a con artist? Conning yourself. That sounds funny to say the word that many times, but where are you being a con artist in your life? And where are you being conned? What are you actually believing that you're telling yourself that's keeping you from the part of you who really wants something bigger, better, and more living out loud? Right, Kara?
Let's live out loud, Jen.
I love it. Too. So who's zooming who? That's the big question to ask. But it's so fascinating to be able to catch the thoughts that you tell yourself. Great way to do that. Karen and I do this all the time. It's called Take Me on That Train. And so just even yesterday, I can't remember what it was, but we're driving in the car and I just said something out loud and it was so random, like just out of left field. There was no introduction to what I was saying. It was just a random thought. And Karen's like, take me on that train. And it was interesting because I could go back thought by thought by thought by thought of how I got to that place. And it's super fun to do. So it actually was because we walked past the Apple store. Wasn't that it? That was one. And
that was one of them. Yeah.
It was one of them. And then I said, well, I walked past the Apple store and I thought about your watch band and the fact that you recently bought one and you used an Amazon gift card that my mom gave you and this and then that and the other thing. And like 7 steps later, I got to the random thought out loud. And the more that you can go on that train, the more awareness you have about your thoughts all the time. So Karen and I practice thought recall. And we do it around, we don't sit there and go, hey, today, now it's time for your thought recall practice. But the way we do it is by take me on that train. Take me through the thought pathway that got you from somewhere to this random place right here. The more you can do it, you can catch yourself by saying, what did I just tell myself before I walked in that room? What did I do when I decided to go ahead and eat the cookie? What did I say to myself when I decided to run the extra mile? That's the great way to be able to do it because it works both ways. Do your thoughts propel you forward? So anyway, just super fun. So that's that's how Karen and I spend our random time together, going on the thought train. Choo choo.
So just pay attention. Which wolf are you feeding?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.